Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Saturday. I hope your Saturday has started well and that your week was good as well. Thank you for joining me, everybody in the live chat room. Let me get you guys up on screen and see who is in there tonight. We have Donna, Carl, Randy, Leanne, Calamity Jane, Christina, Beverly, Billy's in the house, Leanne, Sherry, and Patrick, Scott, Nalita, Jennifer, Lynn, Lethea's in there as well. Hello guys, thank you for joining me tonight. And let me get the names of my patrons up on screen nice and early, because I think last time it took a little bit of a while to get the patrons' names up on screen. But there they are, coming along in a second. I don't know why it takes a little bit longer for them to load in, but they do come along eventually, and here they are. So thank you guys so much for your support over on Patreon and for being the foundation of this channel. These people make everything possible on the channel, so just a big thank you to them. They also do pop up in the super chat window as well as the PayPal window, and let me first of all get that donations thing up there so people know what they are doing if they do donate and the percentage that YouTube takes, all of that kind of stuff. But we have had a very busy few days, and when I say we, I mean I've had a busy few days getting things organised. And as a lot of you guys know over on Patreon, when I do message over there about a video that I might be doing, for example an interview type video, it takes me a couple of days usually to edit those, whereas last night I did upload a video that was that kind of interview video, and that was Bob Berryhill, who I did an interview and gave so much background, Bob did, on the safaris and Wipeout, the recording, all of that kind of stuff. If you haven't had a chance to check that video out yet, then definitely do. And the reason that I mention about the fact that I usually take a couple of days to put together that kind of interview video is because when you've got maybe 40-45 minutes worth of footage, I try and cut it down as much as I can. But especially with Bob, it's just so interesting the whole time that most of it was kept in there. But I spoke with Bob on the Thursday night, and I said on Patreon that I'd release it on Friday night. So I did put myself under a bit of pressure in order to get the video released, and the editing did take a lot longer than I was expecting. So anyway, some of you might have seen, the early bird crew who watched that video might have noticed that I gave Bob a new stage name, and instead of Berryhill, his surname read as Berryville. And this is something that I didn't even notice, and unfortunately, because I was rushing to get things done and I wanted to upload it by 2 AM, I think I missed that upload slot in terms of the goal that I was setting. But then I was answering messages, and when I type as well, the problem that I have, because I'm not a very good typist, I have to look at the keyboard and I don't look at the screen while I'm typing. I'm not one of these people that can do that, unfortunately. So I didn't know that my computer doesn't like the word Berryhill. It changes it to Berryville, which I didn't notice, sadly, and that's totally my own fault for not looking at the screen and doing things too quickly. And I didn't even know that it was a place and that what I was typing was being corrected. It's obviously incorrected in this case. So yeah, that was unfortunately Bob's name for a short period of time, but then everything's been changed now and it's back. So massive apologies to everyone. I think that it was not one of those things that lasted for too long, but I'm just very annoyed and I was horrified to find out that it was spelled incorrectly. So just a massive thank you to Bob for just joining me on Thursday night and talking so eloquently and interestingly about things back in the day, because the other thing that is rare for those kind of calls is the quality of Bob's voice and how loudly it came across, because on some interviews sometimes it's a little bit quieter, but Bob had a great sound there as well. So it was great from every single aspect, apart from me then messing it up when I uploaded it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. I have changed it so that it's now correct and it reads correctly, and hopefully you guys enjoy that video. Like I said, it is most of our chat that we had, because there's so much interesting stuff in there. The other thing that I was doing on uploading was trying to get all of the timestamps, so I was going through the video, and you can find that pinned to the top of the comment section. So if you want to jump to a particular point of that conversation and interview that I had with Bob, then you can do. It's going to be in that comment section, like I said. And if you don't know how that works, if you click on the number, it will take you directly to that point in the video above, so you don't have to search things out. So I made sure that I at least made it a little bit easier to navigate, because it was a lot longer in terms of the length of video that I normally do. I try and keep it around 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes for the live analysis videos, but that one was definitely worth keeping as much information in as was in that final edit. But thank you everybody for hitting that thumbs up, because I can see that we are at 151 likes. So thank you guys, and if you want to leave a like as you come through the door, that would be much appreciated. We are always aiming for targets during the live streams. And let me see if I can find the target on screen. It is 380. On Saturdays we have these crazy high targets, and it's always a race against time, because we finish at about 1:15. So 1:15 is the deadline for our likes tonight, and we are at 157 so far. So we are moving along nicely, so thank you guys, and you can keep on hitting that thumbs up as much as you like. But unfortunately, you only get one thumbs up. If you click it again, maybe it'll do a thumbs down. I don't know how it works, but we'll see where we end up by the end of the live stream. We've got a lot going on in tonight's live stream, which is good news, because we have a pick roulette going on. We have a few pictures to look at as well, at least a couple. I'm not sure if it's a few, but we'll do that. We've got the cover video to have a look at as well. So I will also mention about the fact that currently I've been working on the opening sequence for the new project that I've got coming up, as well as sending off emails and backing tracks and all that kind of stuff. So the wheels are definitely in motion for that. And I think, yeah, given last night's calamity of an upload by myself, it's just lots of things going on at once, and I think maybe being in lockdown for 10 weeks, I'm probably going stir crazy at the moment, and I'm very much looking forward to getting outside, because if you do not know, if you've been watching the live streams, you'll know that I've been locked down in the UK, as we all have, or we all should have been for the last 10 weeks. Some people aren't as strict with it, but yeah, you can go out for essential jobs and essential food buying and everything. But yes, I haven't been outside in 10 weeks, so I am very much looking forward to getting out in any sense, in any possible way, within 2 weeks time. I think it's a couple of weeks, or maybe just over a week and a bit before the lockdown is going to be lifted. So very much looking forward to that. But I'm always going to be here for the live streams and doing the videos as normal, and I will be working at things behind the scenes. I'll let you guys know as to how I'm getting on with the project over on Patreon, and I'll take a few pictures, maybe upload one of those tonight to let you know what I've been doing, because I'll explain underneath as well. Because it's just me doing everything, it means that I have to animate and make everything look good or professional, or as professional as I can, with the intro sequence, all that kind of stuff. So I'll let you guys know how I get on with that. But Just to mention as well that we have had a few super chat donations, so thank you guys so much for those. They were very early on, and it was Orlando who has donated $5. I was going to say, no surprise to see Orlando in there very early, so thank you for that, Orlando. And the message is, catch up crew for me tonight. I am watching college wrestling with friends. Spike the likes with lots of thumbs up. So thank you for that, Orlando. Marilyn has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Marilyn. And the message is, hi, congrats on 167,000 subs. I'll be in the catch-up crew with a heart. So thank you for that, Marilyn. And this is another big bit of news, a big bit of news for the live stream tonight, that we've just passed 167,000 subscribers on the channel. So a huge welcome to the new subscribers, and thank you to you guys who've been here for a while, but also new subscribers for hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell as well. It is much appreciated. We're just getting some crazy numbers at the moment, so it's great that we're building up the community in the live streams as well, and in that live chat room. So hello, if there are any new members in there. If you are new, just say hello, introduce yourselves. That's how everybody starts out in the live chat room, and then we all get to know each other and recognize names as they go through. And this is something that is great about these live streams. I get to touch base with you guys and share a little bit of time live, rather than the analysis videos, which are just recorded and then uploaded. So it's cool to get in touch with you guys in the live format on the live streams, but also to see some of you guys up on screen rather than looking at me all the time. But let me also get the PayPal donations window thing up on screen as well. I am going to refresh the screen just to make sure that YouTube has not missed out any donations that happen before the live stream starts, because this is something that I don't like on YouTube, the way that when you start a live stream, it removes all of the donations you've had up until that point in the super chat window. So it means you don't actually, you can see that there's been donations, but you don't actually get the messages or who has donated. So by just refreshing, I can see that Ginny has donated $5 as well. So thank you for that. And the message is, Phil, have a great one. Thanks again for the video on Wipeout. Grew up on surf music and in Southern California, so heard that song a lot. So thank you for that, Ginny, and thank you for the words about that video, and it's no problem. This is the great thing. It's all down to Bob really getting in touch and agreeing to join me on the channel. So massive thank you to him. And we are going to be jumping into the PayPal donations window as well, just to see that there have been a couple of donations in there. So thank you guys for this. And the first one came in from Marilyn. This was before the live stream, and I think we had another donation from Marilyn in the super chat that I just spoke about, but this one was for £5. So thank you for that, Marilyn. And the message is, or was, let's have a little scroll down. Hi Phil and everyone, can we see a picture of your garden? Question mark with a heart. So thank you for that, Marilyn. And I don't, to my knowledge, have any pictures of my garden that I can show. And as you can see out of the window, it is very dark tonight, so you wouldn't be able to see the garden anyway. But maybe in the future I can take a picture of my garden. But it's one of those things that I get sidetracked with so many things that I might forget to do that. But thank you, Marilyn, for that request. I'm not sure how many people want to see the garden or my garden. It's not particularly interesting, but you never know. Thank you for that, Marilyn. And I'm just going to test this thing that I set up last time in the live stream to be the anonymous donations is working, so that everything should disappear, because the donations that come in early, they sometimes come in with other emails because it's just at my Wings of Pegasus email address. So it means that all of the requests or emails about other things go through to there. So it means that the donations are in and amongst those other emails. So I don't want to be showing all of those other emails up on screen because I haven't got to them yet, obviously reading through them, but I can hopefully get to the donations that are happening in PayPal, and we should be okay. And another thing to mention is that I have seen that other donations are coming in, and I will get to those in the live stream. I do address them all, so don't you worry about that, guys. I will get to everybody, and if I am a little bit late in getting to them, it's just that I'm working my way through. But the good thing is, hopefully, you guys can see it on screen, so as I do work my way through it, then you'll be able to see your message on screen as well. And by the way, I did get your donation, Lynn, as well. Thank you so much for that. Very kind donation, and the message on PayPal as well. I haven't quite haven't quite yet. That is English. I was actually speaking correctly, just too quickly. I haven't quite yet got to responding to that, which I do via email as well. So thank you for that, Lynn. And let me get this back up on screen because we have had another donation, and this is from Lucy. So thank you so much for this, Lucy. We'll have a little scroll down, and the message is Lucy saying, "Howdy, Phil, fellow wingers and new wingers. Spike the likes, buy the cool merch, join the Wings of Pegasus Facebook page, and become a Patreon." So thank you for that, Lucy. And this is the thing over on Patreon. Technically, you become a patron. There must have been something that meant they couldn't set up their site as patreon.com, because that would have been a lot simpler, but a lot of people do call it becoming a Patreon, but over on the site they do call it becoming a patron due to the old patron saints and all of that kind of stuff, and the patrons of writers, authors and poets, all that kind of stuff, like Shakespeare, all of those artistic people that needed patrons way back in the day. But thank you so much for that, Lucy. And we have had another donation, so let me just scroll up and we will see. And it is Renee who has donated £6.88. So thank you so much for that, Renee. And the message is, "The interview with Bob was fascinating. Thanks for all your efforts." So, no problem, Renee. Thanks for watching that and the kind words about it. And I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Like I said, guys, if you haven't checked that video out yet, it'll be on the channel as a recent upload just from last night. So check that out if you do get a chance. Loads of really interesting stuff in there from Bob. And yes, hopefully you guys can watch a little bits of that, maybe little bits at a time, using the little things that I've done in that comment section, giving you those timestamps, so you can watch a little bit, because it is over half an hour in length, but it is all really interesting stuff, and it's great just to sit back and listen to a guy like Bob just tell it how it was back in the 60s and the recording process, all of that. But thank you so much, Renee, for that donation. And I'm just gonna scroll up again, because here we must have Mario in the house in the live chat room that I have not noticed yet, but I will keep an eye out for Mario in the live chat room. Everybody say a huge hello to Mario. That's what we do in these here parts on the live streams, because we can see just in the background Mario's guitars that he sent me, and here we have the Maton, always a little bit further over today, and then the gem behind it as well is a bit obliterated by the likeometer tonight, but thank you so much for that, Mario, and we always say a big hello to Mario. So the reason I'm mentioning this is because as we scroll down, we're going to see that Mario has donated a very kind £150, Great British pounds. So thank you for that, Mario. And last time Mario was donating, he was also requesting money. So Mario has managed to figure out the sending and the requesting part of it. So thank you so much, Mario, for that. And it's something that's making a huge difference to everything that I do on the channel and gives me the ability to do so much more. And if I want to do a project, for example, the project that I'm going to be doing in the future on the channel, it means that I can just push ahead with that. And I've got all of the things that I need to pretty much do what I've got in my head, even though sometimes I don't have the skills to be. It takes me a very long time. For example, this opening sequence is taking me a very long time to design from a media side of things, but at least I've got the programs that I need in order to do it, and then it's just patience and trying to figure it all out. But you guys allow me to do that, and certainly with the PayPal donations makes a huge difference as well, because of the fact that YouTube does take 35 to 45% of those super chat donations. So thank you guys so much for these very kind donations, and Mario for that very kind donation as well. We are going to be getting into the cover video for tonight. I know that we're already at 25 past 12, 25 past midnight here in the UK, and you can probably tell that last night was a very busy one, because I even did this whole live stream setup and event incorrectly, because I wasn't really focusing on what I was doing and making mistakes here, there and everywhere, not only with last night's video, but with last night's setting up of the live stream for tonight, because I think I set it up for like 2:20 a.m, but I did change it before we went live. Thank you guys for letting me know, and Vince and Marilyn for letting me know that the whole live stream was set up incorrectly. I also uploaded a different picture, or the old picture. So yeah, like I said, it was all going wrong last night. But thank you so much for these very kind donations. And also, Joan has donated a very kind £50. Thank you so much for that, Joan. And let me just scroll down as well, because the message with that says, congratulations on 167,000 subscribers. Phil, that guitar lottery gets closer every day. And if you are new or relatively new, you might not have heard me mention this, that if we ever get to 200,000 subscribers, then we're not only going to be having a pick roulette wheel spin if we hit the likes targets for the live streams, but we're also going to have a guitar on that wheel. So it means that every time we spin that wheel, there is a chance that somebody will win the guitar on that wheel. And once it's won, that's it. I'm not going to keep putting a new guitar every Tuesday and Saturday, Tuesday and Saturday, Tuesday and Saturday endlessly for the rest of my life. It's just going to be on there once for the 200,000 subscriber count if we ever do get there. And just while I'm mentioning about the live stream pick roulette that we're going to be having tonight, but also in the future, this is the other thing that I was thinking about last night, trying to understand or trying to think of a way to explain that if we hit the pick roulette likes target on the same day for a whole month. So say, for example, we hit the pick roulette likes target of 100. That probably would be very possible, but say 380 like it is tonight. If we hit that target for the 4 Saturdays, if there are 4 Saturdays in that particular month, the next month, the second week of the live streams, we will be giving away a custom made Wings of Pegasus t-shirt, and that's something that Carla is doing as well. So it's going to mean that the winner will not only get a pick but a custom t-shirt as well. So there'll be a couple of items that mean you get something that is unique for winning the pick roulette live stream, and that'll be a separate roulette wheel. It'll be a t-shirt roulette wheel, so you can win that. So maybe you'd have to be very lucky to get the pick and the t-shirt, because there'll be 2 separate things, I do believe, but obviously it's going to be in the future, so I can explain it a little bit more clearly in the future, and maybe have it explained in some guidelines if you guys need that as well. But anyway, just to mention that, as Joan is mentioning about the 200,000 mark if we ever do get there. But thank you so much for that, Joan. And I am just going to move up one because Deborah has donated $10 as £10. Thank you for that, Deborah. Of course, it's more dollars than that because I get the conversion rate. So thank you, Deborah, for that £10. And it says Mario is in the house. So thank you for that, Deborah. Just making sure that I did spot it if I did miss it. But I just managed to get there with Mario's donation earlier. So thank you for that. And Totoro Porco has donated $5 in the super chat window. So thank you so much for that. The message is, in the tradition of Monty Python, I wish to become a knight of Pegasus, or perhaps your squire and holder of coconuts. So thank you for that message and a little bit of Monty Python reference in there. And this is something that I've seen the Monty Python movies maybe, a couple of times. The thing is, being in the UK, well, not constantly, but you do see a lot of Monty Python sketches and a lot of Monty Python sketches from the movies. And it's one thing that I saw recently was when it's two knights, just thinking of becoming a knight of Pegasus. It's two knights and one of them chops off the other guy's arm and it starts kind of spurting blood. And then he says it's only a flesh wound. Yeah, and, it's challenging him to have a proper fight kind of thing. So it's very entertaining. I think there was another sketch where they're serving or they're playing tennis and he serves the ball and it hits him in the face or in the eye and then you get the blood spurt and everything. Just ridiculous, but very funny if you're into that kind of thing. And I am a bit partial to that, just silly humour now and again. So thank you for that. And by the way, Chet has just jumped in with a $2.99 donation under that in the super chat window of the live stream. So thank you so much for that, Chet, as well. And I am just going to have a little scroll up here because Walter has donated £17.20. So thank you so much for that, Walter. And let's scroll down to the message because the message reads, can you analyse either George Strait or Garth Brooks? So thank you for that, Walter. And I think Garth has probably been mentioned quite a lot in the past, if not in a video of his own making, and one that I've done on him. Obviously not him making a video, but maybe that will be on there, or it might just be the fact that I've mentioned Garth's name that I think I've done one on him. But anyway, I will certainly add the names to the list, and thank you for that donation, Walter, and requesting it in the first place as well. And thank you guys for all of the requests that are sent through in the comment section of the YouTube videos. There are a lot of requests that do come through. I do put them all on my list, and the list is very long, but I just work my way through them as quickly as I can do, considering that there are 2, possibly 3 videos a week if I can do one of those from a copyright perspective on the live analyses, which is exactly what my brain meant. But on the live analysis that I do on Wednesdays, that's an easier way of saying it, I have to make sure that the copyrights are okay, otherwise it gets blocked and I think the screen just goes dark for a while. So maybe that's how I'm going to refer to the Wednesday night analyses. So anyway, thank you, Walter, so much for that donation. And I am just going to scroll up again because Thomas has donated £3.44. Thank you so much for that, Thomas. And let me just scroll down to the message. And the message is, enjoy your videos. So thank you for that, Thomas. And I'm glad that you do enjoy them. Thank you for the kind words. And hopefully people learn a little bit from them as well. I try to include some information about the videos, and it's interesting, I had quite a few comments and a bit of a conversation with a guy today on YouTube who was commenting quite a lot, saying about how on the Ann Wilson video that I did, that I made a 2-minute video last for 30 odd minutes in the live analysis, and that I should just say that talent like that can't be analysed and just leave it at that, because then it'll be a lot shorter video. And this is something that I don't think they realised, that I am a musician myself. I get asked to do these videos because of my professional background, and I do like to go through the singer's pitch, range, and point out stylizations, techniques. I do get the guitar out as well, and I talked about the composition, having that key change for the chorus. So I do cover a lot of stuff, and I think it was a longer video than 2 minutes anyway. But like I said, I do try and include information in there that people won't necessarily get from just listening to it, or just listening to me say it's great. I like to say it's great because of X, Y, and Z, because then it helps people to understand why it's good and why these artists are so well respected within the industry, as well as well loved outside of the industry by fans. But it also allows singers to maybe learn something that they can apply to their own vocals, or if they're learning to sing, it might help in some way. Playing the guitar, people might not know the chords, they might want to play it and have a sing along or do a cover of it. So it all helps to just maybe broaden the understanding and the knowledge of what we're actually looking at. But anyway, thank you, Thomas, for that donation, and I'm glad that you do enjoy the videos. Thank you for watching them. And we've had another donation, and this is a straight up donation from Joseph, and this is for £10.32. So thank you so much for that, Joseph. And we are going to be moving into the cover video, but I can see that Lynn has donated again. So thank you so much for this, Lynn. And it is for £68.78. So thank you so much for that, Lynn. And I'm just going to scroll down so we can see the message. And the message says, what is called a garden in the UK is known as a yard in the US. Here we think of a garden as a planted area like flowers or vegetables, and a yard is the area around a house, not necessarily scenic. So thank you for that, and let me just scroll down to make sure that we get in all of the words. So thank you for that, Lynn. And yeah, I think a yard here, maybe we'd think of a yard as a concrete area or something that is solid and maybe doesn't have grass, because we call things like, what do we call a yard? Like maybe a rubbish yard or something. I'm trying to think of, I know that there's a term that we use here in the UK for yard, but it's certainly not a garden. I think a garden is what most people tend to have here, where you've got a bit of grass and maybe some flowers, and it's maybe got some borders running down with flowers in, and maybe a path or a water feature or something. You'd have that in your garden. But yes, maybe a scrap yard, people might think of that, which is obviously where you just get rid of all of your rubbish or your scrap. And that is very much a concrete area. So maybe people don't really see yard in the same way that people in the USA do. But thank you for that, Lynn, and clearing up the differences between a yard in the UK but also a yard in the USA. So I am just going to scroll up. Thank you as well, Lynn, for that very kind donation. And Laura has donated £13.76. So thank you for that, Laura. And let's scroll down to the message, because the message says, really enjoyed the interview last night and your hair looked great. Sorry, I had to mention the hair. So thank you for this, Laura. And it's something that we're, well, I say we, I think I'm mentioning it just as much as everybody else, because it is getting ridiculously long, and tonight was touch and go. Just for the length, it is getting wider and wider in terms of the parting, how much I'm having to push it off my face so that I can actually see something. But we still have another 5 weeks, maybe something like that, or maybe 4 weeks until I'll be able to get a haircut. That's if I can even book in a haircut. So we've got still a long time in order to get even more length to the hair, and it's going to look even more crazy. But thank you so much for that kind donation, Laura. And Paul, I can see, has donated in the super chat window as well. So thank you for that, Paul. And the message is, Allotment, question mark. So, the allotments here in the UK, people rent, I believe, allotments, which is a place that you go to grow your own potatoes, vegetables, basically, and you put those in the ground, beans, all that kind of stuff, and they have that on their allotment. I think I'm correct in saying this. And sometimes you have lots and lots and lots and lots of allotments, allotments, but that people rent different ones. So they just go there for their vegetables, and then they might dig them up, wash them off, take them home, and then eat the vegetables that they've grown. So that is an allotment. So that is very much different to a garden here in the UK. A garden is outside your house. An allotment is a place that you go to just grow vegetables. I suppose if you haven't got a garden of your own, then you rent an allotment. Maybe that's what it's about. Or you might just have a garden that is like a patio or something like that, so you don't have any grass or any soil to plant anything, and then people rent an allotment or buy an allotment. So yeah, that is what that is all about. But thank you, Paul, for that donation. And by the way, guys, thanks for hitting that thumbs up, because I can see we've got to 237 likes. I sometimes mention about the 234 when we get to that target, but I've missed it on this live stream. So if you do get a chance to hit that thumbs up, it'd be much appreciated. We can see where we end up with our likes for tonight. We are aiming for 380. That is our Pick Roulette likes goal, to make sure or ensure that we have a Pick Roulette next week. And we are going to be having one tonight. So we are going to be scooting through the live stream. And just before I do, thank you, Laura, for that donation. And we've had another donation that's come in from Karen. So thank you for this, Karen. It is for £4.35. And the message is, "Hi Phil, I can relate to feeling stir crazy from being homebound. This was a week of stir craziness for me, thanks to having a doozy of a bad cold. Thanks for bringing positivity to all of us," with a smiley face. Cheers, Karen. So thank you for that, Karen. And that's one of those words that we don't use here in the UK when people say about having a doozy. And the first time I heard that was in the movie Groundhog Day, where he says about the first step of the day being a doozy. So I didn't know what it meant, but I could work out that it wasn't something good. It was obviously something bad. But thank you for that, Karen, and the donation. And, well, it seems like that you've been just locked up exactly the same as me. And, yeah, a week is very bad. And even just, I think anybody just being locked up, even if you are in your house quite a lot, once you are told that you can't go outside, you're then aware of the fact that you can't go outside. So then staying inside just seems so much worse. It's almost better to not be told that you're not allowed to go outside, and then just don't go outside because you just happen to be making videos all the time inside, and then it's fine. You're not thinking about getting outside. But yeah, very much looking forward to it, and I'm sure Karen is as well. But thank you for that donation, Karen. And we'll just have a scroll up, and we will just have this one more donation, and this has come in from Marge, so thank you for that, and it's for £2.06. And the message reads, "I was so young when Wipeout first came out. I enjoyed listening to Bob Berryhill talk about that music now that I understand it better." Marge, so thank you for that donation, Marge, and also for watching the video. But it's great that hopefully it might make things easier to understand, or at least give a bit of another perspective on the recordings and the songs that you might have listened to when you were younger. So yeah, it's cool to be able to chat to Bob and Again, a huge thank you to him for contacting me and then agreeing to come on the channel as well, and it is massively appreciated. Thank you, Marge, for that donation as well. And let me just change the screen back to the PayPal donations, because I will get into the rest of them. By the end of the live stream, I would have addressed all of those donations on PayPal. So thank you guys so much for those. So don't worry if you have donated through PayPal. I will be reading out the messages and those donations after we've watched the cover video for tonight, because we have a few things to get through still, and the pictures and the pick roulette as well. And by the way, Pam, thank you for that $19.99 donation in the super chat window. And the message with that says, "You are amazing," with the guy dancing around. So thank you for that, Pam. And Ginny has donated $5 in there as well. So thank you for that, Ginny. And the message is, "Phil, if you ever read Dick France's books, he calls the places you board race horse a yard. Does that help?" I'm going to have to read that again, because sometimes when I'm reading messages, I put all the emphasis on the wrong words, so it sounds like it doesn't make sense. But maybe, "Phil, if you ever read Dick France's books, he calls the places you board race horse a yard. Does that help?" And I'm not sure what that means. Or board race horses. I thought there's maybe, I don't know a lot about horse racing. I thought maybe there was a race that is on a board or something, but maybe it's where they raise horses and they call that a yard. So I think I kind of understand that. So thank you for that, Ginny, and apologies for me reading it and not quite understanding what it meant, but thank you for that. And Totoro Porco has donated $5 in that super chat window. Thank you for that. Again, the message is, "Viewing your analysis videos is much better than seeking analysis for being in COVID lockup." So thank you for that. And Ned has just popped in with a $5 donation as well. Thank you for that, Ned. And it's the guy doing a little dance, blowing on his party blower thing. So thank you for that, Ned. We're going to be jumping into the cover video for tonight. And I am just going to jump over to Patreon in order to have a little look down the list here, because I think it was Laura who jumped in straight away with a request for Hero, the cover song that I did. So because Laura was straight in there, sometimes I just like to mix it up a bit and I'll choose a requested cover from halfway down the list. But we'll go with the first requested one for tonight, and this was from Laura over on Patreon, so thank you for requesting that. This is Hero, and this was on the Superman movie. It was used on that soundtrack, and it was Chad Kroger who wrote this, from Nickelback as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys after. Rock!
I am so high, I can hear heaven. I'm so high, I can hear heaven. It isn't the love of a hero, and that's why I fear it won't do. They say that a hero can save us. I'm not gonna stand here and wait. Hold on to the wings of the eagles, watch as they all fly away. They're watching us, they're watching us, as we all fly away. They're watching us, they're watching us, as we all fly away. They're watching us, they're watching us, as we all fly away. Whoa.
And there we have it, just before the rock horns at the end. And I noticed something really cool in my mind about that video. I never noticed that at the end of the solo, I did put a solo in that song. I don't think there was one to begin with. Well, there might have been, but it was maybe an octave solo rather than a real designated lead solo. Anyway, I put that one in there, and I noticed that my alternate picking went faster than the frame rate of the video. So it means that my hand looks like it's not moving because it's going too fast. I think that's really cool. That's the first time that I've noticed I've managed to beat the frame rate of the camera as it's filming. But anyway, enough about me just rambling on about just moving my pick very quickly. Let's get everything back up on screen, because we have the PayPal donation screen that I removed in order for that, again, that little notification. But we have had donations as well in the super chat window, so I'm going to jump over to that one first. And it is Paul who has donated $5. Thank you for that, Paul. The message is: the interview with Bob was great. In fact, I actually played that drum part for 7th grade dances, and it was not as easy as it seemed. So thank you for that, Paul. And this is something that I think a lot of people maybe who don't play instruments will listen to particular songs and think that some things are easy to do. And yes, certainly. I mean, just the technique. Playing in marching bands and just doing drum rolls takes so much control. So, not one of those things, obviously, when it is performed. I mean, top artists make things look easy, but as Paul found out in 7th grade, not quite as easy as it looks. But thank you, Paul, so much for that donation. And Andy has donated $4.99. Thank you for that. And the message is: thy friendship makes us fresh. So, thank you for those words, Andy. And I am going to jump into the PayPal donations window as well, because we have had another donation in there, and it's coming from David. So thank you for this, David, and it's for £3.44. The message is, let me just scroll down a little bit. Phil, do you follow / admire any other YouTubers who focus on music and or who are musicians? So thank you for that, David. And I do watch now and again. I don't get a lot of time to watch other YouTube channels, but I do occasionally catch a video of Michael's, and Michael Palmazzano, who's been on the channel before, and we did the In at the Deep End. And Michael will be on the new project that I've got in the future as well, so he will be appearing here. So yeah, Michael was one of those channels that I do occasionally get to see if a video pops up. Also, Daniel Donato, who joined me on In at the Deep End as well. He spends a lot more time on Instagram. I'm on Instagram as well. I don't use it that much for uploading pictures, but Daniel's very active on there, so I sometimes see his posts and stories. So there's also Taj Farrant, And Taj is a friend of the channel as well. I've done a couple of videos on Taj now, and all of these people that I'm mentioning are going to be on the new series on the channel in the future. So really exciting to be able to hook up with these guys, but also to include them and have them play for us on the channel in the future. And I'm just trying to, I watch quite a lot of other channels. I did see another video, Toby Lee, and this is a guy that I did feature quite a while ago, but I think he was maybe 12 or 13 years of age, and he's older now. I think he's in his mid to late teens, and he's still going, and I haven't yet, but maybe it'll be cool to approach Toby about being on the show in the future. And yeah, James Bell, another name of a guy who's just a great singer, great player, and he's had a really tough journey as well. His musical journey's been a very difficult one, and yeah, I've been talking to him recently across emails, and yes, he will also be another guitarist featured on the future in this channel. So he's one of those guys. One of his songs called Capital that I was listening to the other day, I really like that tune, so check out James Bell on YouTube if you get a chance as well. Anyway, I could go on for quite a while because I do look at a lot of other channels and just pick up a video now and again, but those are the ones that I've been checking out most recently, and probably the ones that I check out most regularly. But like I said, I don't have a lot of time to watch YouTube videos and other channels, but those are the names of some of those that I have watched recently. But thank you so much for that, David. And let me just scroll up and now pop. I'm going to have to wait because I can see that another donation has just come in, and it is Lauren who has donated £5. So thank you for that, Lauren, and that is a straight up donation. And just to scroll down a little bit to have confirmation of that in case you wanted to see it. So thank you for that, Lauren. And we are probably, what's the time? It's 5 to 1 already here in the UK. So we still have the pick roulette to get through, and I know that there are other PayPal donations that have come in because I saw the notification, but we are going to be getting into the pick roulette and also the pictures. We do that after the cover video that we do on these live streams. So we'll take a little bit of a break from those donations, and we will go back into there. Don't worry, if you have donated, we will cover those before the end of the live stream, even if we have to run over the time a little bit. I'll make sure that I do get through all of those. And Carla has donated $1.99. Thank you for that, Carla. And the message is, they want to see your shirt I made for you, with a smiley face and a wink. And this is something that I haven't uploaded to this software, so I'm not sure if I can do it, because now the super chat, I used to take what I was using for the super chat window and put it on the window of my file explorer thing, but I haven't got that anymore because now we're doing the PayPal donations. So I'm going to try and figure out a way to do this live on air, to think of a way how I can get from a Facebook message to show the picture on the screen. But I will try and figure it out. First of all, let's get you guys up on screen and show the pictures for tonight. Thank you guys for uploading these pictures to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. If you're not part of that group yet, you can hop over there and join up if you want to. That's where all of these guys hang out in the live chat room out of hours of the live stream. So thank you guys for joining that. And if you get a chance to hit that thumbs up, we're still closing in on 300 and we're almost at 1 a.m. It's always a race against time, but let's get rid of me and get into some of these pictures. I think we've got maybe 2 pictures for tonight. Let's have a little look. So it is going to be a couple of pictures. First of all, we should have Deborah's hoodie and cap on screen. So thank you so much, Deborah, for getting that merchandise, uploading the picture as well. And it's the pink hat. Actually, the hat just is a really similar color to the Wings of Pegasus logo on the back of the zip up hoodie that we have there. There are a couple of hoodies, but this is the zip up one. As we can see, it's got the logo on the back. So thank you so much for uploading that, Deborah. And everyone who has bought the merchandise, thank you so much for that. I haven't even plugged the mug yet, and I will do that after I've shown the next picture. And the next picture is Leanne modeling her zip-up hoodie as well. So thank you for this, Leanne. And I do believe that there's the pic on the key ring thing. I'm not really sure. Maybe a keychain is the best way of describing it. But thank you for uploading this, Leanne. And I think that keychain was sent by Jennifer. So thank you for sending that over, Jennifer. And thank you, Leanne, for uploading that picture. And I do believe those are all of the pictures for tonight. So we might be able to get back to me on the screen. And here we are. And what we're going to do is we'll jump into the pick roulette. Hopefully everything is going to work. I do not know. Maybe I can use the pick roulette screen to look at the pictures. Maybe, I'm not sure if it's going to work, or look at the picture of the t-shirt that you guys want to see that Carla has mentioned in that last donation. So I'll try and figure out a way to do that while we do the pick roulette. If I can do two things at once, we will see. But here we go, guys. By the way, I did see somebody asking how to get your name on the pick roulette wheel. What happens is it's all dependent on hitting the pick roulette likes goal the previous week, and that's why we're having it tonight, is because last week we hit the goal in that live stream. And if you type in that previous live stream when we hit the goal, you have to type at Carla Murray, so you have to tag Carla's name and just type in capital letters I agree, and that means you'll then get your name on the pick roulette wheel for the next week. Hopefully that makes sense. But let's jump into the pick roulette for tonight, and good luck, everybody. Let's see who is going to win. Rock! So let's hope that everything shows as it should do, and it looks pretty good so far. Right, what we do is we're going to have a shuffle of the name and the wheel and the whole screen. If you watch the names, they're going to shuffle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there we have it. And I'm going to remember to pick a name, and I'm going to pick Squeaky 79. Does that say? It's a little bit small, but Squeaky 79 is who I am picking for the... Well, I'm not picking anybody to win, but that is my top tip. Obviously, it's totally random. I'm just seeing if I can be really lucky, because if I get it right, it means that I'll then go and get a lottery ticket for myself. So, we are going around. Let's see if we can pick up any of the names as they go through. See Chet there, Lethea as well, Beverly, Tom... Paul is coming round to Danielle, Jill, Mel, Alexi, Ollie, Mike, and Renee. It might get as far as Chet. Where? Oh, Squeaky 79 was almost there. It looks like it is going to be Chet. So, congratulations to Chet. And as you guys probably know, if you win, you have to let yourself be known to Carla in the live chat room. So congratulations to Chet, and commiserations to everybody else tonight. I'll keep an eye out in that live chat room to see if Chet is in there at all. But a Wings of Pegasus signed pick will be making its way over to you. So we are at 299 likes, so we are one off 300. And that means then it's very easy for me to work out the maths. We will then be requiring 80 within the next about 15 minutes to then have this same pick roulette event next week. So hopefully we can have a little spike of the likes, see if we can get a few people to hit that thumbs up in the live chat room. It would be massively appreciated. It also helps the whole channel to grow and for these live streams to get out there as well. But congratulations to Chet for winning the pick roulette tonight. And hopefully we can come back to me and everything is on screen and it's all fine. I think what I'm going to do is probably play another request over from Patreon. I'll have a little look over there, because then that'll give me a little bit of time to maybe organize how I'm going to show this t-shirt up on the screen that I haven't uploaded to the software. So let's have a little look down the request list, and we've had a request from Karen for Art Not Commerce, Marilyn, Art Not Commerce as well, and Unwanted Stranger, Art Not Commerce, Art Not Commerce, Art Not Commerce, Art Not Commerce. Okay, so a lot of requests for Art Not Commerce. So thank you guys for those requests, and we have that came in from Karen and Marilyn, Constantia, Michelle, Lynn, and Deborah as well. Thank you guys for those requests. And I can see that Mary's at the bottom there, and Mary requested We Can Fall Down. So thank you for that, which I played right at the beginning of the live stream. But now let me navigate back to the software and see if I can try and find Art Not Commerce anywhere. We'll go for the music video. Hopefully this is the correct button to click on. And while this is playing, I'll try and figure out a way to show Carla's t-shirt that she sent me pictures of. So thank you for that, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock! And there we have it. That was my song called Art Not Commerce. And you can pick that up with all the rest of my music over at wingsofpegasus.com/music. And you can also get it on iTunes and Amazon. But it's better for me if you go to my website, because then I don't have to give away a percentage. And that's another interesting thing that I was talking to Bob about last night, or actually on Thursday night, about royalties and keeping your publishing rights, and the fact that when Bob was 15 years of age, of course the record labels, the first thing that they get you to sign over is your publishing rights, so that anything you write they own, and they will make money on that as a record label for the rest, 60 years, something crazy like that in terms of the copyrights and how long those last for. But yeah, it's the first thing that they make you sign over. Just so happened that in Bob's case, because they were underage and they were still minors, it wasn't legally binding, so that was good. And then the next record deal that they signed was for 50%, a 50-50 split, which is actually really good. And you would never get that nowadays. I saw an article, I can't remember who the band was, but they just finished their 5-year deal with Epic Records. I think it was Epic, and they'd sold over 6 million albums, not singles, but 6 million albums, and the guys in the band had made zero from those 5 years and the $6 million that were taken in by the record label for, because it's about $10 an album or $9.99. So it means that they did that whole 5 years, obviously having their expenses paid, but at the end of it, they don't end up with any money. So it's crazy. And that's what I mean, that a 50-50 split nowadays is really good, because the record label literally take anything. And once you've written a song, once they own that song, it means that if they drop you as an artist, they can keep having your song played on the radio because they're making money from it, and you're at home having to listen to your own song on the radio knowing you're not getting paid for it. So yeah, anyway, don't get me started on publishing rights and record labels, because as I always say, retain your publishing rights. That's the most important thing ever in music, because if you start to just sell a few copies, at least you'll get all the money for that, and you won't have to sell half as much. Actually, probably you'll have to sell 5% as much as a signed band in order to do it full time, because they're giving away 95% of everything that they're making. So anyway, let's get back into the donations over on PayPal. Thank you guys so much for these. And Michelle has donated $5. Thank you for that. And let me just have a scroll down to the message. And the message says, "Hi Phil, who is your favourite keyboard player? Ray Manzarek, Dawes, John Lord Deep Purple, Keith Emerson, Emerson Lake and Palmer, or maybe none of them? Enjoy your channel and reactions." So thank you for that. And I think the players that I've looked at, have I looked at all of them on the channel? I might have done. I know that Ray is certainly on here, John is on here, and Keith Emerson I think is on here as well. So if I had to I don't think I can really choose between them. If anything, I just add more names into the mix. I have video. It depends if you're, classing piano and keyboards as the same instrument. Leon Russell is one of those that I've also done a video on, and I mention all the things in that video. Check the videos out if you want to independently. And maybe as well, just throwing in there Stevie Wonder, just being such an expressive player and laying down a groove and the feel and the way that he could just lay down a groove on the piano like nobody else. And yeah, so I'd throw him in there just as a great guy to listen to playing. And I know that a lot of people have got lots of other favourites, but just those are the ones that come to mind. But thank you for that, Michelle. And just getting into the next donation, we have had a donation from Paul, and this is for £10. So thank you for that, Paul. And the message is, "Thanks for the explanation of allotments. Didn't realise that they were rented also the interview with the Bob Berryhill dude was a good one. So thank you for that, Paul. Let me just scroll down so you can see that message. And Paul just rubbing it in there, but I think it's good to have a sense of humour with these kind of things. Like I said, if you're part of that early bird crew, you would have seen that on last night's video, but it's all been changed by now. So, and it's all changed pretty quickly, but thank you for that, Paul, and that kind donation. And Diana has donated £17.20. Thank you so much for that, Diana. And there is a message with this that says, is there a dream guitar you might want to eventually own? Thanks for all you do. So thank you for that, Diana. And something I have mentioned in the past is the fact that I used to look at the Steve Vai signature gem, and it's an Ibanez, previously when I was probably in my late teens, early 20s, something like that. But it's one of those guitars that I thought I'd never be able to get. And as luck would have it, a guy called Mario sent me his, which, you know, Mario's here in the live chat room and we say hello to Mario all the time. And it's something that just happened to be the exact guitar that I used to look at as a dream guitar. I didn't think I'd get one sent to me, let alone one sent to me that is signed by Steve Vai as well. So yeah, really a massive thank you to Mario, and I'll be saying that for the rest of my life for that particular guitar. It just so happened that yes, that was the guitar that was really on my dream list in order to have and to own. So thank you for that donation, Diana, and for that guitar, Mario. So we are at 327 likes. We are at the top of the PayPal donations list, I think, now. So thank you guys for all of those donations over there. We will be calling the live stream to a close imminently. It's just gone 1:15 here in the UK, so we're going to have to call it to a close very soon. We are at 327 likes, but without a humongous spike of the likes, I don't think we're going to hit that target of 380 tonight, unfortunately. So I know that you guys on Saturdays do such a great job, and thank you for reaching the target on the previous weeks, because we had that pick roulette tonight, which was great as well. And on Tuesdays it's a little bit more difficult, but we have had a few pick roulettes this month, or pick roulette spins this month, which is great to have a few of them. It's not something that we're going to be doing every time, because hitting these crazy numbers every time would be crazy. But by the way, while I remember, I have moved the pick roulette square over the picture of the t-shirt that Carla has sent to me, and hopefully this is going to work. Let's try and do this in exactly the same way that I would do the pick roulette. So we get the background on screen first. Technically we have the intro, but we don't need that. So we have the background. I don't know whether this is going to show up on screen correctly. That is a pretty good attempt at showing it on the screen. So here we have one of these special bleached Wings of Pegasus logo shirts, and what I liked about the look is it's almost like those pictures that you have where the universe is shown and you can see lots of stars, and then they really up the exposure and the contrast so that you see so many stars that it's just crazy. And this is just what it reminded me of. So this is the bleached look effect shirt, and the thing about this particular design is that it is bleached, so it means that you can't get rid of it, you can't peel it off or anything. So that is what it looks like. And because we're doing this like the pick roulette, I think we've got the pick roulette music going on, so we can also enjoy that in the background. But thank you for making these, Carla, and these are shirts with different designs. I know that Carla has a different way of doing it and a particular way of doing it for different designs, but this is just one that I like the look of because it's a little bit more involved and looks like there's planets and stars and that kind of stuff, which I liked it going with the mythical Pegasus, all that kind of approach. So I went for that one, and thank you, Carla, for doing that shirt and just all of the pick roulette work that you do as well. That is that. So let me try and remove this from the screen, see if that works. We are back. which is great. And I just want to make sure that I've got all of the super chat donations in there. Scroll down just to make sure that Chet donated $4.99. Thank you for that, Chet. And that was a straight up donation. And this might have been something to do with the fact that Chet was just letting himself be known in the live chat room. As I said earlier, Chet was the winner in the pig roulette. So congratulations, Chet. And thank you so much for that $4.99 donation. And we are going to be calling it to a close now. So thank you everyone for joining me tonight, for hitting that thumbs up. It looks like we're going to end at it's going to be 38 likes away from our target of 380. So we were really close. But thank you guys. And the first time I've noticed it, Taj is in the house. Taj Farrant, who I actually mentioned earlier in tonight's live stream, and he will be going through in the live chat room, and I might be able to time this so that we can see it, and there it is. We see Taj going through. So thank you for joining us tonight, Taj, in the live chat room. Everybody, if you get a chance, check out Taj's YouTube channel, and I've done a couple of videos on Taj here on this channel, but check out his channel and go over to Instagram as well, because he does a lot of Instagram posts, and also the compound, which his dad posts things about where their compound looks like such a cool place because they got buggies that they race around. It's really cool stuff. So you can head over to Instagram, check out Taj's official account, but also his dad's account, and his dad's Brandon, and you can check him out because he uploads about the compound and all the cool stuff there, the arcades they got going on, really cool stuff. Anyway, thank you, Taj, for joining us tonight. And Taj, by the way, I mentioned earlier, will be in the future video series that I'm currently planning and getting emails sent out and backing tracks sent out. But Taj was one of those names that I listed earlier on with the people that we're going to be having a little look at. Also, Buck Dharma from Blue Oyster Cult. I didn't even mention Buck in that list, but he will be playing as well. So really looking forward to that. Hopefully the first one of those will be coming out next month, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I am going to be calling it to a close. Thanks for hitting that thumbs up and for all of your support and your very kind donations throughout the live stream. It makes such a difference and allows me to just kick on with whatever I want to do and the ideas that I have for the future, and just consistently make videos without having to worry about things letting me down on a technical side of things. So thank you guys. And let me just quickly address Chet's second donation that came in the super chat window, which was $9.99. Thank you so much for that, Chet. And Lucy then donated under that for $4.99. Thank you for that, Lucy. And the message is the UK springing forward soon? Goodbye, everyone. Great chat with some rock horns, heart, and peace. So thank you for that donation, Lucy. And the springtime here in the UK is starting next Saturday night. So, well, I think springtime technically might have already started, I'm not sure, but our clocks change and go forward in a week's time, and it goes forward an hour. I think I've got that right, so we miss out on an hour. So yeah, and this might mean that the live stream seems like it's going to be at a different time for you if your clocks don't change, so keep an eye out for that. But YouTube will be organizing that automatically. It just updates it. I just make the event and then it notifies you as to when that particular event is. So look out for that next week if it comes up with a weird time. But I think the time is maybe changed at 2 a.m. I'm not sure if that's correct, but it might be then, so it might not take effect until the next week after, once you do the calculations of the times. But anyway, we'll worry about that next week. I don't think it's going to impact on next week thinking about it. But anyway, thank you, Chet, as well, who has donated $99 again. And we are going to be calling it a night tonight. And I think I did, out of the corner of my eye, see Taj go through that live chat room again and just saying about the support and thank you, Taj, for joining us tonight, and there's no problem. I'll try and just mention anything about great music and great guitar playing, and that is certainly the case in Taj's case. But anyway, I am going to be calling it a night tonight because it's 1 here in the morning in the UK. We have run over a little bit, but thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm going to be live again on Tuesday night, so if you could join me then, that would be great. And there's going to be another analysis video coming your way tomorrow night, and another live analysis video on Wednesday night. It's just a standard analysis video tomorrow night, by the way, so that'll just be the normal kind of thing. And then if you can join me on a Wednesday night, that'd be great as well. And then we'll be doing another video Friday, and then before we know it, we'll be back at live stream Saturday again. But thank you guys for joining me, hitting that thumbs up, and all of you guys at the bottom of the screen, patrons, you know who you are. They are the foundation of the channel, and really, when I say that, I mean it, being that foundation and all of that support that is something that I can rely on. And I'm so grateful for you guys for being there for me over on Patreon and for requesting things for me to play on these live streams. Without my patrons, these live streams would be a lot less interesting and I wouldn't be able to decide what to play, and it would be a bit of a nightmare. So thank you guys for all of your support over there. And tonight, all you guys popping into that PayPal donation window and these super chats tonight as well. So have a great day, evening, morning, whatever it is, where you are. Try and stay as safe as possible and follow your government's guidelines, wear your masks and keep self-isolated and self-distanced, all of that stuff. And hopefully you won't have to go through what we're doing in the UK here, which is a 12-week lockdown, because it is very difficult and something that I'm very much looking forward to. Just getting outside for a little bit of time would be good. But thank you for joining me tonight, guys. And I think maybe Chet jumped in with another $1.99 donation. So thank you for that, Chet. But that is it. We're drawing a line underneath the donations tonight because we are going to be calling it a day. And I'll see you guys in the comment section of tomorrow night's video. And if I don't see you then, I'll see you live again on Tuesday night. Have a great rest of the weekend. We've still got a little bit of it to go. And I'll see you guys at the next one. Rock!